Welcome to Web Studio D and our mini section on scaling. Now, I don't know if you can do it, but I cannot draw my comic the same size that it appears in the computer. When it is finally published and I use WordPress with a Comic Press theme, when I finally get done and it is put in place, it is 980 pixels wide and 320 pixels tall. Well, in reality, 980 pixels wide is 1 10/16 inch wide and only 17/32 of an inch tall. So what I had to do is scale up a window for me to draw in that was comfortable for the size of my drawings. I've set up a quick demonstration on how to scale, and here we go. We have our x-axis and our y-axis. And I've already put in my measurement of 1 10/16 inch and 17/32 inch. And all I'm going to do real quickly is take my parallel, draw another horizontal line, take my triangle, and draw a vertical line. And I want to be careful because the thickness of my pencil is several pixels wide, so I want to be as close as possible to this as I can be. And now I have created a rectangle. This is actually the size that once it's introduced to the internet, that is recorded and seen. Now to scale up, instead of me going with a calculator, this times 10, this times 20, all I'm going to do is take my triangle and I'm going to go ahead and set it from corner to corner, where my X and Y meet, where my vertical and horizontal meet, and I'm going to draw a diagonal line. And now here's the trick. Anywhere along this diagonal line, if I decide right here, that looks about tall enough and wide enough for me to draw, I can go ahead and drop a vertical line, intersect it with a horizontal line, and no matter what, it is in perfect ratio, well, up to, again, pixels and thicknesses of pencil, perfect ratio to what I would have inside the computer. Now that I have this set up, I can go into Photoshop, and in my image size, as long as constraint proportions is checked, I can go ahead and set in my 980 pixels wide. It'll automatically set my height, and it'll come really close, again, because of pencil lines, but really close to what I need to drop it in for. And I'm done. Now what I've done is I've gone a little bit further to make it easy on myself so I don't have to draw this every single time I want to do a comic. I have gone ahead and I have cut out of a piece of paper, actually a piece of board, the size that works best for me. And that way, when I am ready to draw my comic, instead of bringing out the piece of paper and my ruler and doing the whole box and diagonal line, I merely set down my piece of paper, put on top my frame that I've made, draw my lines, and I'm set to go. It's that easy. Don't worry about the math. As long as you can figure out what your pixels are wide, your pixels are tall, this doesn't matter as long as it fits within your scanner. And then when you scan it in, you remember that you are within the ratio. All you have to do is go to image size, make sure your proportion constraints are set, put in your 980 wide, boom, 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 and you're done. It will shrink down to the size that you want to fit into your panel inside, whether you're using Comic Press or you're using another program. I hope this tip has helped you. This has made it easy for me, and we look forward to you coming back to Web Studio D for new tips and tricks in the future.